All right, welcome back. We're at a much better situation right now. Let's take a look at where we're at. I'm gonna click to start, and I'll share my screen. So yeah, this is really good. So we've got that scrolling text on there. We've got Ubuntu starting up. So we're right where we want to be right now. I just had to. I don't know. It just needed some time. We saw before that capacitors sometimes need time to charge up if they've been depleted for quite a while. It just needed to get used to having power running into it, and then it started working much better. So we're good. Let's continue on with the guide. All right. Uh, So here's the guide. Let's look at the guide briefly. And the guide kind of crashes the computer a bit as it loads, but that's okay. I'd rather have good information than the computer running exactly smoothly for the amount of time that the guide's open. So we'll open OBS when we can, and then we'll pause the capture device. There you go. And now we'll look at the guide. The this step is to boot from the USB drive, which I did. Um, okay, and then we're going to yep. So I booted from the USB drive. There we go. Then I selected this. It selected automatically for me as I yeah in 28 seconds as it says there. So it selected automatically uh, for me. Um, yep, and then so now we're gonna select English. So I'll hit enter on that. Then we're gonna select. Oh, now it has a. So select your or select identify keyboard to select your layout automatically. So now I need to select my layout. Um, so let's hit identify keyboard. So we're gonna press one of the following keys. Let's press the N key, press the W key, the Z key, and then that key's not present. No, not present. No, 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 no. All right, so there we go. I've got that selected. So now the guide, and I could show what I'm doing, but you're just gonna see it in the guide. I'm just seeing on my server the same thing I'm seeing in the guide. So now we choose the base. So we got to make sure that we've got two options selected here: the Ubuntu server option, and then also the search for third-party drivers option needs to be selected as well. Um, Okay, so that'll have better hardware support. Don't just check this box if you want to live Richard Salman's ethics, which is might be a fun link to look at. Check this box if you want to reduce the chances of random things in your computer not working. I checked the box. I'm going to hell. I know. Okay, and even worse, he tells other people to check the box and propagates the issue. All right, so this is pretty big. So let's get a brief summary on this from ChatGPT. Okay, and then we'll say, and then we'll take a screenshot. Okay, and then we'll say, explain what is meant by this in the screenshot. All right, and then while it's cooking, we can move on to the next step. So next will be configure network. Configure at least one interface on the server to talk to other machines, and which preferably provides sufficient access for updates. So let's take a closer look at the screenshot here. So it says this interface is the one I'm going to use since it is receiving an IP address when I plug in my Ethernet cable. Because it's receiving an IP address, I know that Eno1 is the name of the interface I plugged my Ethernet cable into from my router slash switch. This interface does not have an IP, so I am not using this one. So he has two interfaces. I'll quickly show what I've got on mine. I only have one interface, so that'll make it easy for me. So let me briefly show that. Okay, so you can see looks just like in the guide, so there's really no reason to show this when you can see it in the guide, unless there's a difference. So we can see there is a difference here. I only have one network card. It's a gigabit network connection, so it should be fine. So I'm going to select that one. I'm going to do I'm going to up arrow to that, and then close this and follow the guide. Okay, so yeah, I think we're going to set up a static IP. So why a static IP? We're going to set up a server that we are going to consistently access. This means we always want it to be at the same place. Imagine trying to deliver mail to someone who lives on 20 Main Street today and 90 Chandler Avenue tomorrow. Imagine trying to frequent a West restaurant whose address changes every week. It would be annoying, inconvenient, and perhaps downright impossible. We want our server to always be at the same address. The D in DHCP means dynamic, as in changing. We don't want that. We want a static IP, meaning it does not change. When setting up your server, we need to give it a static IP so we always know where to find it and it never changes. How do we know what IP to give it? Go back to pfSense's DHCP server configuration page, and you can find it by going to Services DHCP server. The subnet range tells you the list of available IPs. Keep in mind that you cannot use the IP address of your pfSense router here. So router gateway, my router's IP is .1. I'm using the same as him. Address pool range, my address pool range is .15 to .45, leaving .46 to .54 and .2 to .14 available. So notice how the address pool range doesn't include all of the possible addresses. It doesn't include the .1 and it doesn't include the highest range, the 254. That's because we're going to leave these available so they won't be handed out by DHCP. This setup provides a buffer of IPs for servers and other devices. So why the buffer? I don't want any conflicts when someone plugs in their computer while mine is booting and steals my IP. We will be setting up static mappings so that nobody else can grab the IP of my server. The IP we choose for our server will be reserved for our server's specific network interface card and not some hated brother-in-law that thinks he'll play games when your spouse has him over. However, this is still good practice. All right, so we need to go into pfSense. All right, and I need to, this is where there's sensitive information, so I'll pause it and be right back. All right, I'm back. So now I'm logged in, so now we can continue to follow the guide. Briefly, let's say let's have this read out loud to us to figure this out.
In short, the screenshot is making a light-hearted joke about the tension between purely free software ideals, as championed by Richard Stallman, and the practical convenience of installing proprietary drivers. Stallman believes all software on a computer should be free libre, so that users can study, share, and modify it. However, many devices, especially Wi-Fi cards, graphics cards, etc., often require proprietary binary blobs or drivers to work fully in Linux. If you do not check search for third-party drivers, you are following Stallman's ethics by avoiding proprietary code. The downside is that some hardware may not work or may work poorly. If you do check search for third-party drivers, you're choosing convenience and compatibility to reduce hardware headaches, but going against Stallman's strict view on freedom. The joke about going to hell is simply poking fun at the idea of violating Stallman's free software principles.
All right, so that's interesting. That might be an interesting thing to read later. So I'll leave that open in a tab, ignore it, and close the tab later without ever actually going back and reading it. All right, so next is choosing a static IP. So we need to go to the DHCP server under services. DHCP server, perfect. Next, we need to go to the primary address pool section. Okay. And then we've got the subnet there. So now we need to adjust the range. So the range is all encompassing here, so it doesn't leave any room for servers or whatever you want to have their own IP. So we're going to adjust this range to 1.5, and then the top end of the range will be 2.4.5. So subnet is a nerd way of saying what you see in the subnet range. Subnet range are the IP addresses available for anything to connect to on this particular network. This includes your router's address. Address pool range are IP addresses available to computers/phones that connect automatically using DHCP, most by default. So we're going to use yeah, so this will expand to .5, but this one we can leave as is. Um, so so yeah, let's read this. So for my servers, I pick an IP between .2 and .14. This ensures no one else can sneakily take my server's IP while it's booting. In your pfSense router, go there. We did that. Understand your subnet. So we understand that. Um, Routers typically that, so we can't use that since we made that IP DHCP pool range .15 to .245. This means that we have .2 through .14 free, no computer connecting with DHCP, which is the default for most of the network devices in your home. We'll be using these, so they're free for the taking. So we've got that adjusted. Um, there we go. I don't think we have to hit save. Yeah, we have to save for sure. Okay, there we go. Changes must be applied, so let's apply the changes. Okay. All right, so there we go. Choose the network interface that's connected. Change the configuration from DHCP to manual. So yeah, so this is where we've got to choose. And we can do this, I think, even when it's not connected. So let me try that. I'm going to hit enter on this. And then that opens a submenu here. So then I'll hit enter on edit IPv4. And then the IPv4 method, let's see if I can change that. Yeah, so I can change it to manual. So that's another cool thing about doing it static is it just sits on there statically, and you don't have to have it plugged in for it to have an IP. So, and that can help, like, for example, if you lose access to the device, well, now you lost the IP and your SSH, connect, it'd be hard to have an SSH endpoint on it. So if you have a static IP on it, it can, you know what it is, it might be easier to regain remote access. So my favorite network device that I've ever had to use at the customer premise was one that came with a default configuration that includes a static IP on the management port. That was awesome because I knew if I ever lost access to this device, I could just really easy pin up a end-to-end network from that device to the one I do have access to and SSH in. It was so nice. All right, so yeah, this will be the same that's in the guide, so I can stop that and we'll look at the guide because it's going to be exactly the same. And I'll just type in these values. So 192.168.5.0/24. All right, and then the address 192.168.5.2. All right, and then the gateway 192.168.5.1. Then the name servers 192.168.5.1. So none of this is sensitive info. If you're this deep in, there's other issues for me to worry about than this addressing schemes here. All right, so subnet is the same name as the subnet field in pfSense we just looked at. Address is the IP address you want this machine to have. Gateway and name servers are the address of your pfSense router. So I can hit save on that now. There we go, and now it's got a static IP. So please note, if you skip step 4, choosing continue without network, you will not be able to set up your internet connection later. So you have to do step 4. So I did step 4, so I'm going to do continue. Oh, shit. Actually, yeah. So I see what the, yeah, and I'll show that. So we can see I've got everything good. I've got the static IP on there now, but we can see continue without network, and that's because this is in not connected state. It's not connected to anything. So I need to connect it to pfSense, which I'll do now. All right, so to do that, I need my little switch, my tiny switch that I have. I have a very tiny $15 cheap switch. All right, I have it right here. And then I have some cables. All right, so now I need to wire up this switch with some cables, plug it in, power it on. So let me get the cables in, and then I will show this on camera briefly. All right, now I can show this octopus-looking thing on the camera. If I know where the camera is, I do. The camera's right here. So now we can see my switch. I've got two plugged in. One of these will go to my my PC, my PC that I do my that this video is running on. I've got this port number one here open because that's going to go up to the PF firewall, and then I've got the power cable. So all I got to do is go over to where my PF Sense machine is, which is just up there, and get that plugged in. I've got my power strip down there, so I'll be right back. All right, I'm so now I can show everything I did there. So I'm gonna enable my camera. Oops, which we can see something happened where uh, my camera doesn't work. Um, so huh. So yeah, right here. Yeah, so let's do. Oh, it's because I unplugged my home network, of course. I'm using this camera over my own home network. So if I unplug my home network, the camera is going to fail. All right, and there you have it. We've got the switch here. Now I rearranged these cables because I need the longer cable to go down and plug into my PC. I've got a cable here that's unplugged. This will plug into the workstation. Hopefully this cable is long enough. It'll go down here where the workstation will live. I think it should be just long enough. So we're gonna have the workstation in the corner there. And by workstation, I mean server. It's kind of the wrong word to use. We got the PF Sense box. We got the box from the internet service provider, and we've got the tiny switch to plug into whatever I need it to plug into. So, so let's go ahead and put that workstation off in the corner where it's. Well, actually, never mind. What we're gonna have to do is so yeah, so we're gonna have to take the switch out. This is where it'll live once everything's all said and done. But for now, we're gonna have to take the switch out, and we're gonna have to move it a bit so that it can plug into the server. So that doesn't need to be on camera. Okay, and I can rearrange these cables. Um, yeah, I can rearrange these cables. Or can I? I can't. Well, shoot, now I wish I bought longer cables, but it should be fine. All right, should be fine. So I'm gonna change where this is, take it off the floor, put it on my desk so that the cable can actually go there. Oops. All right. There we go. So plugged it in. I can show that'll be fine. Yeah, okay. Oops. Oh, the screen turned white now. The connection is. All right, but anyway, I can show this briefly. So So now I have it on my desk. So I just needed to plug it in here, and it goes back to the switch. My monitor is kind of sensitive, so after I dropped it, it was fine. But once I picked it up and put it on the desk, that's when it turned white. So I'm gonna try to troubleshoot that. I'll just reseat the cables. Okay, and there we go. Good as new. So I'll show the screen that I'm at now. And we can see that media disconnected is now missing. So now instead of the proceed without network, we can see we have the options done and back. So I'm going to select done. All right, so now let's go back and follow the guide. So okay, so next that I see is if this system requires a proxy to connect to the internet, enter its details here. So I don't think I need a proxy. The guide doesn't say anything about a proxy, unfortunately. I wish it did, but I'm pretty sure I don't need a proxy. It might need, yeah, because it has a default gateway. So it has a gateway, so it doesn't need a proxy. All right, so now it's testing a mirror location. I wish this was in the guide. It's not in the guide. Yeah, I wish this was in the guide. Yeah, none of this is in the guide. That's okay. All right, so that's okay. So next, yeah, there's stuff showing up that isn't in the guide. So I'll show that. So this one is so I selected just left the proxy blank and hit next. So now it's looking for it's testing a mirror location. It's got a default mirror address. So I'm gonna hit done, and it says that the check is still running, but there's a chance it'll fail. So I'll hit cancel, and I'll leave that to finish. All right, so I'm just going to leave that to finish. So I'll pause the video and come back when that's finished. All right, I'm back. So we do have an issue here. I'm not sure what the issue is. So let's read the message. So it says the mirror location does not seem to work. The output below may explain the problem. So let's look at the output below. We've got a temporary failure resolving some of these here, and we've got failure for package lists. So let's try again now and see if that fixes the issue. I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe I had a blip in my internet connection or something. So we're gonna hit try again now and just leave it there to run. I'll pause it again and I'll be back. And if that happens again, then I'll start troubleshooting. All right, I'm back. So I got the same result. I guess there's something wrong with the mirror. And then my screen unfroze and then immediately refroze itself. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. I'll try to be more careful not to jostle any of the cables. All right, screen is still white. Yeah, I definitely need a better console screen for this. All right, so I've got a better console screen now. Um, oh, actually, no, I don't. It's still not working. Uh, okay. Well, let's talk to ChatGPT, and I'm gonna use O3 Mini High this time. Hey, I have a question for you. So I'm using a screen, an external monitor. It's a TOGUARD. The SKU number is D126. And what's happening is it's turning white. The screen is turning white. Do you know why that's happening?
Hey, a screen turning white could be caused by a few things. It might be a loose connection, a driver issue, or something with the monitor itself. Have you tried checking the cables or testing it with a different device?
Yeah, I've tried all that. Do you think maybe it's the power supply?
It's possible. If the power supply isn't delivering consistent voltage, it could cause display issues. You might want to test with a different power adapter if you have one available. Have you noticed any flickering or other signs of power instability?
Well, I'm noticing when I press on the screen, sometimes it is good. It's not white. So yeah, I don't know. I just feel like there's an issue with the screen.
Got it. If pressing on the screen temporarily fixes it, it might be a loose internal connection or an issue with the display panel itself. You could check if it's under warranty or consider having a professional look at it.
Uh, Shoot. I mean, I need to use this screen, so there can't be any issues with it.
I get that. If it's crucial, you could try opening it up carefully if you're comfortable and checking for any loose connections. Just be cautious or consider taking it to a professional repair service.
I don't have any other monitor that has a VGA on it.
Oh, that's tricky. If you need a quick fix and can't replace the monitor, you might look into an adapter or converter for VGA to another type of connection. That could help you use a different display.
Yeah, I mean that's a good idea, but I don't have. I'd have to go out and get that cable, but that would be the cheapest option.
Yeah, it's probably the most budget-friendly way to keep using your current setup. Plus, it's always handy to have an adapter around.
Well, anyway, next question for you. So I'm setting up Ubuntu server, and there's a mirror. Have you ever heard of that? Like in the setup menu, having to select a mirror.
Yeah, definitely. During an Ubuntu server setup, selecting a mirror refers to choosing a download source for packages and updates. It's usually a server that's geographically closer to you for faster downloads.
Okay, and have you ever heard of like a diagnostic check?
Yep, a diagnostic check is like a system health check. It scans for issues with hardware or software. On a server, you might run diagnostics to troubleshoot problems, check performance, or verify everything's running smoothly.
All right. Well, what I mean is for this mirror. Have you ever heard of like Ubuntu doing an automatic check on the mirror?
Ah, gotcha. Ubuntu doesn't usually run an automatic check on mirrors during setup. It relies on you to select one, but you can always test the connection and speed manually if you suspect any issues.
Oh, that's interesting because it ran an automatic check.
Oh, interesting. Maybe it was checking for the fastest mirror or verifying connectivity. Some installers do that to ensure you get the best download speeds.
I'll read to you exactly what it is once I get this monitor working. I have all kinds of different power AC power supplies. AC to DC converter supplies. So I'll just try a different one of those, and maybe that'll work.
Sounds like a plan. Swapping out the power supply could definitely help. Hopefully that solves the monitor issue. Good luck with it.
Dang it, it's not solving it.
Ah, that's frustrating. It might be worth trying a different cable or checking the internal connections inside the monitor. If it persists, a professional repair might be the next step.
Ah, this monitor's dead. It's the monitor. I tried it with a different power adapter. It gets power just fine. It just won't display on the screen.
Bummer. It does sound like the monitor itself is the issue. If it can't display anything despite power, it might be time for a replacement.
I really liked this monitor when it worked.
I get that. It's always a bummer when a favored piece of tech gives out. Hopefully, you can find a good replacement that suits your needs just as well.
Yeah, but I guess for now I'm dead in the water.
I hear you. It's tough being without a monitor, especially if it's essential for your setup. Hopefully, you'll be able to sort something out soon.
It'd be nice if I could just use a different monitor that I have laying around, but I don't have any laying around that support VGA, and I don't have a VGA converter.
That's a tough spot. Maybe you can find a budget-friendly VGA to HDMI or DVI converter online. That way, you can use one of your existing monitors without much hassle.
Yeah, or I could go pick it up from the store. I'm sure there's a store that has it.
Yeah, definitely. If there's a store nearby, grabbing one in person could save time and get you back up and running quickly.
All right, I do have two monitors here that I haven't checked for VGA yet.
It's worth a shot. Checking those monitors could save you a trip and some cash. Fingers crossed one of them works for you. I know it's a hassle, but you've got this.
Yeah, sorry, I have to. Oh yes, yeah, I'm in business. These have VGA.
Awesome. That's great news. Looks like you're all set then.
Heck yeah, I'm all set.
Fantastic. Glad it worked out.
Boy, that made my day. I was worried I wouldn't be able to do this anymore.
I'm so glad it worked out. It's always a relief when things come together.
You think I should put that other monitor in the trash? I hate to see it go. And then the thing is, like, sometimes it does work.
It's tough to let go of something that still occasionally works. Maybe you could keep it as a backup or look into recycling options if it can't be fixed.
Alright, so now I've got power to that, so all I have to do is plug in the VGA.
Perfect. Once it's plugged in, you should be all set to get back to your Ubuntu server setup.
Hopefully, unless there's an issue with this monitor too.
Fingers crossed. Hopefully, this one's all good.
Ugh.
Everything okay?
Yeah, I have this monitor's part of a two monitor stand, so like it's hard to lug around.
Gotcha. Maneuvering a dual monitor stand can be a hassle. Take your time. Once it's set up, you'll be good to go.
The heaviest part about it is probably the stand itself. The monitors are pretty light. I could try removing it from the stand, but then that would be kind of a hassle. I'd rather just get the exercise.
Makes sense. Plus, a little exercise is a bonus. Just move carefully, and you'll have it sorted in no time.
All right, so now it's set to HDMI mode, so I need to change it over to accept the VGA as input.
Got it. Just a quick input switch, and you should be good to go.
Easier said than done, though. Okay, there we go. I'm in business now.
Awesome. Glad to hear it's all sorted out. You're back in action.
All right, and I'll show my viewers what I've got. So I have these two monitors that I got for free from a friend. They have a VGA connection, so I'm in business now. So now I'm working on this mirror address to try to figure out what is best. This one does not seem to work, so I'm going to work with ChatGPT here and get one that works.
Great plan. If the default mirror isn't working well, we can definitely find a more reliable one. We'll get you up and running smoothly.
Yeah, let's do that now. So the default mirror is http://archive.ubuntu.com/Ubuntu. Have you heard of that mirror before?
Yep, that's the main Ubuntu archive mirror. It's pretty standard. If it's slow or not working, we can find a regional mirror that might perform better for you.
Yeah, it's saying that when I get down to Noble backports in release. Then I get a temporary failure resolving archive.ubuntu.com. And so it's just having trouble with Noble dash backports in release, Noble dash updates in release, and Noble dash backports in release. It looks like it tried it again and it failed again.
Got it. That sounds like a DNS or connectivity issue with that mirror. Switching to a closer mirror could help. Let's find a regional mirror for your location.
All right, I'm in Austin, Texas. Give me the best mirror.
You can try the University of Texas at Austin's mirror. The address is ftp.utexas.edu. It should be much faster for you.
Hell yeah, I'm going to use that mirror instead. So what did you say was the mirror address again?
The mirror address is ftp.utexas.edu. That should work well for you.
And it doesn't start with http:///.
Right. For FTP mirrors, you'll typically use ftp:// at the beginning. So it'd be ftp.utexas.edu.
This isn't an FTP mirror though. This is an Ubuntu archive mirror configuration mirror.
Got it. For the archive mirror configuration, you can use http://ftp.utexas.edu/Ubuntu.
Okay, so http colon / / ftp dot u Texas. What else?
Exactly. Then add /Ubuntu at the end. So the full address is http colon / ftp.utexas.edu / Ubuntu.
All right, let's see if this works. Location,
Finger-
the mirror location is being tested now.
Great. Let's hope for a smooth connection and faster downloads.
All right, so we've got IGN colon 1 for Noble and in release. That's being tested right now.
All right, that means it's checking the mirror. Let's see how it performs.
And I'll show this to my viewers.
Nice. It's always great to share the process. Hopefully, they'll find it helpful too.
All right, so here we go. So now we moved on to Noble Dash updates in release. I think that one had problems in the prior mirror, so hopefully it's good now in this mirror.
Fingers crossed. If this mirror works, it should resolve those issues. Let's see how it goes.
This monitor's working fantastic. That's the good news.
Awesome. Glad to hear the monitor's working well. Everything's falling into place.
All right, now it moved on to Noble Dash backports in release.
Great progress. If this one's smooth, you should be all set. Fingers crossed it goes well.
All right, so that one went well. Now it's Noble in release.
Awesome. Looks like everything's running smoothly now. You're in good shape.
Yeah, no error messages yet, thankfully. It is repeating IGN colon 1. I'm not sure why it's doing that. Hopefully it's not because there's an issue.
IGN messages are usually just info lines indicating something's being skipped or not needed. As long as there are no errors, you should be good.
Oh, so IGN stands for ignore? What does IGN stand for?
Exactly. IGN stands for ignored. It's just noting that certain files or steps are skipped. Nothing to worry about if everything else is fine.
Why is it ignoring Noble updates and Noble backports?
It's likely just skipping over unchanged files or parts that aren't needed. As long as you're not seeing error messages, everything's good.
All right, and then the other question is, should I have used HTTP colon or should I have used HTTPS colon?
HTTPS is generally more secure because it encrypts the connection. If the mirror supports HTTPS, it's usually a better choice.
Oh, so I should probably go back and change it to HTTPS?
If the mirror supports it, yes, switching to HTTPS is a good idea for added security.
All right, I'll try that.
Sounds good. Hopefully, it'll work smoothly.
Looks like I can change it now, even though it's still running.
Great. Making the change mid-process should be seamless.
Okay, it started the process over again, which is annoying because it wastes time, but it's probably better to use HTTPS.
Yeah, a bit of a hassle, but definitely worth it for the added security. Better to get it right now than run into issues later.
I wish this was in the guide I'm using. This whole step is completely missing from the guide I'm using.
That can be frustrating. It's always good to have up-to-date, comprehensive guides. Hopefully, the rest of the process is smooth sailing.
Oh, I found the other screw from my case on the other PC. I'll go plug that in, or I'll go screw that in. I mean,
Good find. It's always satisfying to get everything back in place. That'll keep you secure.
oh well, I guess it was just one screw. I didn't find the second one.
Hey, every little detail counts. It's good to have everything where it belongs.
Man, this process is really annoying, and it's missing from my guide even. So I have like no instruction for like what to do actually do.
Yeah, that sounds frustrating, but you're doing great figuring it out as you go. If you need any more help, just let me know.
Yeah, all these steps are completely missing from the guide. That's really frustrating.
I get it. It can be annoying when guides leave out crucial steps. At least you're making solid progress. You're almost there.
Yeah, you're right. I'm almost there.
Absolutely. Just a bit more and you'll have everything sorted out. Keep going.
Yeah, thanks for that mirror address. That's definitely a better one to use.
You're welcome. I'm glad it worked out well for you. Anytime.
Hopefully, we don't have any errors this time in the test.
Fingers crossed. It should go smoothly now.
I have another question. So it says if you use an alternative mirror for Ubuntu, enter its details here. So I'm using an alternative mirror through uTexas, but I don't want I'd rather just not use an alternative. I'd rather just use the default. But why can't I do that? It's because I got error messages, right?
Exactly. The default mirror caused issues, so using an alternative ensures stability. If the UT Austin mirror works, it's a good alternative. You can always switch back if the default becomes stable.
Well, it looks like I'm getting those same error messages for the ftp.utexas.edu mirror.
That's odd. If the UT mirror is also giving errors, it might be a broader connectivity issue. We could try another nearby mirror or check your network settings.
I'm just going to hit done and move on from this. I just want to get back to the guide. So it says check the mirror URL is still running. You can continue, but there's a chance that the installation will fail. I'm going to take that chance.
Fair enough. Sometimes it's best to push forward. Hopefully, it'll work out and you can get back on track with the guide.
Yeah, I just want to follow the guide, so I'm going to move on.
Makes sense. It's important to keep momentum. Good luck with the rest of the setup.
All right, back to the guide. So now I've got this guided storage configuration set up. So I need to go to the custom storage input. So I'm going to hit spacebar to change that there. I'm going to go to done. All right, and then next screenshot here. Let's take a look. We're going to this is storage configuration. So we're going to choose. Well, let's go down and read the text. That'll help. So format drive. So in the installer, locate your two SSDs. Ignore the USB installer drive. For each SSD, select a drive and choose reformat. So I can show that. That might be useful to see because it's going to look quite a bit different. So here we go. So For each of these drives, we're gonna choose format. Now, the thing is, we have to select the right drive. So we can see the so here's the local disk. So this is the USB drive, and we can tell that from the size. It's only 28. The other ones were terabyte drives, so we can tell that here. So we're gonna have to let's go back to the guide and figure out what to do. All right, so we're going to for each SSD select the drive and then select choose reformat. So I see one SSD in here. Uh, okay, so I'm reformatting one. I'm going to reformat the other. So it says formatting and mounting a disk directly is unusual. You probably want to add a partition instead. I don't think that's true. I want to follow the guide. All right, so the guide says, yeah, for each SSD, select the drive and choose reformat. Then select use as a boot device for each. Uh, so I'm gonna okay, so there we go. Leave as unformatted. There we go. Um, hopefully this is good. I do notice something very odd. I see one says SD Ultra 3D, but the other one says MD126, which is annoying. I also have a yeah, so I don't know why I've got that. I'm a little bit confused here. All right, so I've got those. Okay, so it looks like I have a pre-existing RAID. So it looks like this device. Let me try deleting it. Yeah, so I'm gonna delete that device, and then then I'll add it back if I can. Okay, so I can see what the problem is. So the person I got this from uh, configured RAID on this, so I need to undo the configurations that he created. So I tried doing that, selected a number of things, and uh, it looks like I crashed the system. So we'll select continue, and we're going to start from the beginning here, which is a bit annoying. I might have to. Ah, okay, good. It's saved everything. Okay. All right, I'm kind of confused here. Messing with these disks is not working. I already have, so one of the disks already has configuration on it because I pulled it out of that other device. So I should be able to just reformat the disk. I'm surprised that I'm not able to do that. Yeah, if I try to delete the existing RAID, it crashes on me. Oh, and it's now 8 o'clock. And I have no idea where my children are. I don't even have children. All right, well, everything's crashed. I need to pause and be back in just a moment. All right, I'm back. So I'm gonna end the video. I think the issue is that the drive was configured for RAID. So I don't know how to fix the drive now, to reformat the drive so that it's no longer has that RAID configuration on. I do have a toaster. A toaster is a device where you can access drives through USB. So I'll try plugging it into my toaster, but for now I'm at the hour mark, so that's the end of the video. See you in the next one.